I'm Abby Peel, the host of Your Yankee Chronicle, and welcome back. The Center for the Arts is now an exciting organization that promotes arts activities and artists in our Lake Sunapee region. One of their focuses is providing public spaces for artists to show their works. In that vein, they have created several microgalleries around the area, and one is at the New London Inn. Let's drop in and meet one of the artists showing there. Hi, Carol.
Well, I've always been interested in art, like pretty much everybody that's an artist. My mother used to give me craft things to do when I was little, and I used to love doing that. It was a quiet time for me, kind of get away from the family. And then in high school, I got into painting and drawing and etc. I was going to study art in college, and my uncle talked me out of it. He said I wouldn't love it if I did it for work, and that made sense to me at the time. So then I had a serious injury and had to quit my job, and that's when I got into painting full time. So initially it was about healing for me, trying to find ways to not feel my pain, and painting did that for me, using my right brain. And so the colors and the shapes and the messages that came through for me really helped me with that journey. Fortunately, I'm not in pain anymore, but the joy and the colors are really huge for me in terms of what I do with my art. People can recognize my art usually by the colors, and they say, oh, it's a joyful painting, that's a Carol painting. So, and that makes me happy, because I think for me, it's about spreading joy and looking at things in a different way that other people may not look at things. And joy is something we all need in our life right now. This is a piece with hydrangeas in it, and as you see in the background, there's lots of texture, there's lots of different layers in it. I like to layer and experiment and really play with the different mediums, paints, paper, collage, whatever it may be, pencils, pens, crayons, markers. Well, this piece I actually created for a restaurant bar in Northampton, Mass. And the colors were really different, and I didn't like them. So what I often will do is paint over. So you can, it had a lot more of the browns in it. And for me, I was going with the colors they were using, but for me, the yellows and the oranges and the pinks and the brightness is really, really important. There's even some gold and some glittery things in here, and I don't know if you can see them, but there's a lot of paper that I use underneath here, old books and dictionaries and whatever suits me, I will put in there. This one, yeah, there's even a piece of old jewelry that I put in here. So I'll pretty much try anything. So this piece is called We Make Beautiful Music. With this piece, I just started literally playing, putting colors on and different shapes. And then what I did with the background, you see all the different colors, I put tape on and then covered the painting with yellow. And then when I took the tape off, the different colors were underneath. So it helps give me a really interesting background. And then the flowers are music, musical notes, etc. And so once I put them in there, the title of it came right to me, of We Make Beautiful Music. And then this one, this has had a long journey. It's been many, it really started out as a daisy, but if something's not speaking to me, I just keep going back into it. And so this one really became about texture. So there's all kinds of, this is the paper that they make glitter out of, and this is like an old coffee cup cooler from Starbucks or something like that, and this is the paper that they used to put on the edge of computer papers when they would rip them off. Many of you may not know that, but so I really started playing with textures and then different papers. There's part of an envelope here, again some music, some pictures from a magazine of those little umbrellas. So even the papers that I tend to put in are joyful for me. And so the title of this one is called Loves Me. It reminded me of picking the petals off of the daisy and of course ending up with Loves Me. And my name is Carol Belliveau, and you can find me on Instagram with carol.belliveau, BELLIVEAU. I also have a website, which is carolbelliveau.com. And I would love to hear from you if you ever have any questions or would like to show my work. I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you, Carol, and thank you to the Center for the Arts for making these artist venues possible. If you would like to know more about their activities and their mission, go to their website, centerfortheartsnh.org.